Okay, good. We're live. So, guys, welcome. This is our cricket live, and we're going to talk about cricket and the upcoming multi-format Australia versus India series. And it's going to be very exciting seeing one of the top two teams. The two of the top two teams battle it out for the trophy. And we don't have just two; we have three special guests with us now. So I'm just going to introduce them and we'll take it from there. The first is Sudatta. She is an independent journalist and she covers women's sports, including cricket. Along with that, she's an author and she just published her book, Hallowed Ties. So congratulations for that and welcome. How did you
Thank you,
start?
Navya.
How did you start writing on women's cricket?
I used to be a journalist, like full-time journalist, covering cricket for almost 4 to 5 years for Z Media's Cricket Country, and then I worked for Sports Star magazine of the Hindu group, so almost 7 to 8 years, and then I decided
Hey, I think our video got frozen, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's some internet issue at her end. Okay, we'll just move on. Our second guest is Poulami, who is a women's sports.
hello.
Yeah, are you back? Your video froze.
It's frozen again.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi,
Sorry.
hi. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, we didn't get the last part. Your video froze and we couldn't hear you. So maybe you want to go again. Yeah. So I don't know. Are you back? So that's sorry. Your video is freezing and we can't hear you properly. So we couldn't hear, and you're on mute right now.
Is that all right now?
Yeah, it's all right now, but it was freezing in between. Is it better? I mean,
Yeah,
is your
there was.
connection?
Yeah. I think it's because of the continuous rain where I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you want to just go back again? You were telling us something, and it
Yeah,
froze
so
again.
I have been working. I worked for a cricket country. It's a Z Media, used to be a Z Media and joint venture between Penske. And then I worked for Sports Star magazine of the Hindu group till 2017. And then I decided to go the independent and freelance way. My day job is actually I work for an aerospace and defense company, so a bit different totally. So yeah, that's me.
Awesome. That's great to know. Poulami, our second guest is Poulami, and she's a women's sports enthusiast. She has her own women's cricket stats website and is co-founder of 171 Not Out. So you just launched your new website. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah. Actually, we launched it last week. So it's basically a fan platform. Like it's not like we are not in a professional. Like we don't have any experience in covering sports or anything. But it's just that there we were a group of people who are like very passionate about the game, especially women's cricket, and so we wanted to express ourselves through podcasts or articles. So that's how we started with a podcast show, and then after a few weeks with some people actually wanted to write as well. So yeah, so we thought why not our own website where they can just write and put it, because yeah, so yeah, that's how it started. And yeah, this time we are doing preview video shows as well. So Sudatta and Vinal both were our guests this time, so it will come tomorrow.
Awesome. That's great. That sounds great. And our third guest is Mrinal, who is a sports enthusiast and she handles social media at the Bridge. So, how did you get interested in women's cricket, Mrinal? Maybe you want to tell us?
Yeah, cricket something like come from a family which loves sports, and cricket is something we're following right from a very young age. And so when I was introduced to women's cricket, when I saw it for the first time on television, I mean, I knew I had to watch it. There's like no reason not to watch it. So I've been following it since then. It's been a long time now, and really passionate about it.
Yeah, I think that's something common. Everybody who's watching women's cricket is really, really passionate about it. That's the only way you can be, right? Okay, awesome. Let's start with the series now. After being put on hold for so long, and then a change in location and schedule and everything, it's finally happening. COVID affected all the sports, but I think it affected women's cricket a bit more. Like we saw men's cricket coming back pretty sooner, and then women's cricket was affected a bit more. Do you think that there's been a lack of effort? Sudatta, you want to start maybe on how it's been for women's cricket and COVID?
Uh, Obviously, there has been a lack of investment and promotion. Everything, if you compare it with the men's cricket, uh, at the same time, it is good to see that we have, from where there was no game for almost a year. We traveled to England. Now we are in Australia, so it's good. And we have also got news that about the domestic cricket season coming up, which will be, I mean, it was on a hold or whatever the reasons that BCCI keeps sharing with us. But yeah, there has to be a lot more investments in the game. Uh, Women's IPL will do a world of benefits for the women's game, not just for Indian players, but Australian and English. I've been hearing from the like non-Indian cricketers for a very long time that they are interested to see IPL come up for the women's also. So a lot more is desired from everybody, not just the BCCI, but the other boards also to push BCCI to do something about it.
Yep, I agree. And there was a lot of talk recently, Poulami. You are aware that there's so much like lack of content from the official channels, right? In India, we're not seeing content coming out. We're not seeing the hype. What do you feel? Is that something that led you to start the website?
Yes, yes, actually, definitely. I mean, if you see the current series that is supposed to happen on 21st September, you can see a stark difference between the Australian women cricket handle and the BCCI women. So, like our BCCI women Twitter handle doesn't even post about it. Like we push them to post something. They have posted, I think, twice in last 1 month with two pictures that two maybe were taken by players only. So like there is no hype. We don't even know what is happening with them. And on the other hand, if you see the Australian women's cricket channel, that is like they are doing countdowns, they are showing old videos, they are giving us like match highlights that what happened when last time these two met. So they are like properly, if a series is coming up, they're setting the stage. That is how you do that. But we never get that from BCCI women handle. So they did that when our team was in England, but we were actually suspicious then also that because they traveled with the men's team, we got all those photos and high quality video coverages and all. And we were like, I mean, we were thinking that this will happen when this team will travel alone, women's team will travel alone, we will again get no content. And that's what happened. So this has been an old story actually. We never get any information. Yeah, no hype at all. So, yeah.
So, Mrinal, you're part of social media, and how important it is, is it that the fans are kept engaged and there's constant like information out there? Because I feel like women's sports fans are more enthusiastic and more they ask more for content, right?
Right, definitely. In today's age, social media is the key. Like, if you have to reach the masses and if you have to get more people interested, and as you said, women sports fan are more enthusiastic, and probably that's because we haven't been getting the content and we haven't been able to follow the women's sports as much as we would like. So that's the reason we keep pushing for it and keep asking for it. So it's a big opportunity being missed by the BCCI by not having a proper social media team. They don't even have a separate media team for the women's team, from what I understand. So it's only the normal general managers of the team who are taking pictures and putting out whatever little content there is on social media. So definitely they're missing out on a big opportunity to get more people to follow women's cricket by not taking social media seriously.
Yeah, that's there. I mean, it's a lot better when you see other sports or other channels or other analysts. Okay, so talking about Australian women, they're going to be back in action after a 6 month break, but they're also on a streak, like they're on a record. It's 22 wins consecutively on ODIs. So um, I think it's a mix of how strong they are, but they've been on a break. What do you think has been instrumental on this record of theirs? Anybody wants to go first?
I I'll go.
Yeah, sure.
The, so I think it is important to remember that the streak started with Australia defeating India, and since then I think we have probably reached a circle where I do see India breaking the streak. But again, having said that, this is a year of major teams on being an unbeaten streak. If you see Italy winning the Euro, so anything can happen. And this Australian team is a very the word that you keep hearing about this Australian team is the word fearless a lot, and that is something that you would want young team like India right now to adapt and develop develop it. But I mean, India is a very tricky team. I mean, if there are three matches, I am sure they will manage to win one. So I wouldn't be surprised if the streak comes to an end this time.
Yeah, you agree, Mrinal?
Yeah, I think this is the perfect opportunity where for any team, this time it happens to be India, to break that streak, Australia streak, because they are missing on their two key bowlers there. So, and now the third as well, and Stella Campbell as well. So, this is the perfect opportunity, and India has had a good run of late. They've got to play some good cricket. They played against England, and then the five players played in the 100. So, they have played some good quality cricket, and Australia hasn't had that since last 5 months. So, I feel this is the time when it could happen. Streak might come to an end.
We're all hopeful.
Not me, I'm an Australian supporter.
Oh, oh yes. So then you maybe you should tell us more about what has been instrumental in this streak of wins.
I would say it might have started with beating India, but the root lies in that loss to India in that semi-final, and how the team came back from it, how they just pushed each other to become a better unit, and as the word fearless was mentioned, and that's what they have become. They've become fearless. They've pulled themselves back from that, and now they are really the team to beat for everyone. So just shows their quality that instead of being um, like taking it in a negative way, they've turned it around. That big loss to India in the semi-final in the 2017 World Cup, they've come back so strong and they have reached where they have. So it's a 24 match streak. It's a world record now. So it's been wonderful following it as a fan, and I'll hope it continues.
Yeah, maybe not all of us, but sure. Okay, so follow me. Swati posted a question on Twitter, and just Mrinal just mentioned it, so I'll ask you: do you think Aussies will miss having their two key bowlers not in the squad?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially, I think Megan Shoot will be really missed because she has always been successful against India, if I'm not wrong. So she is, especially in the test, I think they will miss her. And even Jess Jonathan, she is currently the number one ranked ODI bowler. So these two are like the head of their spin and pace attacks of Australian team, and missing both of them, it will be a good chance for the youngsters definitely. But yes, as it from a team's perspective, they will definitely miss them.
Yeah, talking about the youngsters, like they have Stella Campbell who played brilliantly in the practice match. Mrinal,
Yeah.
do you see her playing in the 11 final 11?
Yeah, I think after Taylor Olympic was ruled out of the ODIs and Test, uh, I feel she was there in the squad just to back her up because she's another tall bowler like Taylor. So that's probably why she was named in the squad for the in the first place. And now with her getting ruled out and the way she performed in the warm up match, I think she's made a really good case for herself to be picked. So we will definitely see her in at least one of the ODIs and probably even in the Test.
Right. So that you want to add to, the points how Australia's missing two bowlers, but they have this new upcoming bowler who's performing really well.
Uh, I think in the New Zealand series, Stella and Darcy played alternatively, but that time Megan was there, if I'm not wrong. So I just see as I think what Mott wants is to safeguard their young quick for the World Cup, and we will see Stella, but the one who will be spearheading the bowling with Ellis will probably be Darcy. So where you see the other players being rotated over the 7 match like series. Uh, uh, it's the Australian summer is starting right now, so and they have a congested schedule ahead of them. So yeah, I mean it's nice to see that Stella played in it, and yeah, Nicola. I think Nicola Carey has a niggle probably, with because of which she didn't participate in the practice match. But once Nicola is back also, so you will see those young pacers being rotated over the 7 matches.
Right. So I just asked people to post their questions on Twitter, so I'll just pick some randomly and ask you guys. Um, Ritvika had a question. She was asking which Aussie bowler are you most excited about? Anybody wants to take that first?
I'll go first. I was excited to watch Maitland Brown. I was expecting her to play a big role in the series, especially in the ODIs. Given that she's also a swing bowler, and that would have been a perfect replacement for Megan Shute. But she bowled only 3 overs in the warm up, so I'm not sure if she's a part of the plans. She's a part of their first 11, first choice 11. So let's see now. She like the thought process might have been to not expose her a lot in the warm up. So we'll find out in the first ODI.
Yep. Follow me.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, my answer is also Maitland Brown, but also I would like to see Hannah Darlington get a chance. I'm not sure whether she will get a chance in ODIs or T20s, but I'd definitely like to see her how she performs in the in the international stage because I was a big fan of her the way she played in the WBBL last year. So she is like really like I would say she is one of the most promising youngsters they have. So yeah, I would like to see her as well.
Yeah. You wanna add, Sudatta, your choice most?
I I mean we have Perry, but Shefali, I don't think they would want to risk her before the World Cup next coming up so soon. So I mean, it's very good. Probably a Chano or your Magra. I would really would have wanted Skylar Downing, but I mean, Moss has said that we are not going to see her before the T20s. So that is there. Again, Brown is there, Darcy is there. Who will be a very crucial one or a dangerous one? With Jess and Megan gone, it is really very difficult to put a finger to anyone. It's a very young team, and that is where probably India should take advantage of the situation.
Right. I agree. Talking about India and their last two series that we've seen, there have been some pressing issues, right? Like the performance wasn't consistent throughout the series. So let's talk a bit about that. Let's start with the crucial number three spot, and who you think should play for India at that position. So uh, Shrikant said that given the fact that Mithali has the best record at number three, do you think she will come in again at number three in this series?
Yeah, I think that she has already clarified that before, that she is not going to come at three. Although all of us wants to see her at three, and obviously she has best records, her career best records at number three. All her centuries came batting at number three. But in her words, she is grooming a youngster for that position, so that when she retires next in a few months, somebody is prepared to take that very important place, because number three is the most I think it's the most important uh, position to bat in. So in every team, if you see their best batter bats at three. So yeah, so she wants to groom a youngster to take up that place. So she has clarified it. So I'm not sure if they will change the plan. Yeah, she has batted at number three in warm-up games. Yeah, that we also noticed. So not sure if she is going to, do that for the World Cup, or if she sticks to the plan. We'll only get to know on the match day.
So who do you think, if not Mithali, who do you think?
I think we should definitely go with Jemima Rodriguez. Uh, there shouldn't be any other, there shouldn't be a debate that if Mithali is not playing, Jemima Rodriguez should be number three. Yeah. So I think that after the way she performed in 100, I think she closed that debate once and for all. Just hoping.
Right. Anybody else wants has any different opinion?
I don't think Jemima will be played if uh, you see Smriti and Shefali there. But it's a very funny thing, when the Danny White, if you compare with the English batting lineup, you have your Danny White, you have your Lauren Winfield Hill, and you have Tammy Beaumont. The Tammy Beaumont has come back really strong after the 2006 series and season. And since then, she has improved a lot. I mean, if you compare it with somebody in the Indian lineup, probably that is your Smriti Mandan. And then you have the number two and number three. I don't see Mithali coming. I don't think she should come out at number three. She should come down the order, because if you have seen that in the last, even during the England series, Mithali has come to, I mean, give some support to the batting collapse that India has faced over the last, uh, I mean, many months right now, you can say. So for that number three, you should have somebody like Jemima coming out rather than Harman, who comes and goes for the quick runs. And you see the same thing happening in your English lineup, where probably a Danny White could help at the number three when you have when Lauren and Tammy opening up. But it's all depends on that. It depends on team management and like given day who feels better to come out and who is in that zone, that fearless zone that Australia has. So it will be interesting to see how the battle lineup is is made. One crucial thing that we don't I don't know what it is that is happening behind the scenes, but uh, there is no clear indication about what these players' roles are. Like there is a forever confusion about whether Jamima is the main opener or Shefali is the main opener or Smithy, like who should support me, Smithy. And then there will always be that fight between the two batters for that number two position. But if you have a batter who is in a good uh, position right now, who has performed brilliantly, you don't make that person sit out. You make that person play. And for me, it has been a very it will be a shock if I see Jamima sitting out in this series, especially after the 100 she has had.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I think everyone's really excited to see how she performs now after that amazing performance. Miral, you want to add something different?
No, I agree with that point that after that kind of performance, you should definitely be backing a young player. There's been a lot of chopping, changing with her position and even her place in the 11. And after this, that shouldn't be happening. She should be given a good run at number three for now, and um, just for her confidence boosting as well. So she's a young player after all. Cannot like after that sort of performance cannot make her sit out.
Right, yeah, agreed. So, talking about the bowling attack, um, we have seen over reliance on Julian. We really need like a partner with Julian in the attack now. So, who do you think is going to rise up to the occasion this time for this series? Sudatta, you want to go first?
Ideally, it should be somebody like Shikha Pandey or Rajeshri Gaikwad, but I mean, I think there is this question whether we should play three pacers or two pacers and two more spinners. I don't think India will play three pacers. Probably you will see Pooja Vasikar will be the bowling all-rounder,
Okay, I think your video has frozen again.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, we missed the
Can
last
you?
part you were saying. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, I think Pooja Vasikar will be the bowling all-rounder. But for Julan, it will be Shikha Pandey. At the same time, you will have those Meghna Singh and everyone coming up and like learning the ropes because it will ahead of the World Cup. You don't really want to put a lot of pressure on our youngsters.
Yeah. What do you think, Renan?
Yeah, I mean, that's what the coach also mentioned that ahead of the World Cup, they are looking someone who can support Julian Goswami well. So that is probably an indication that they are somewhere not keen on continuing with Shikha Pandey on a regular basis. They are looking for someone else. So, and it will be tough to find that someone else because we haven't had that one pacer other than Julian Goswami who has consistently performed well for India the last few years. So it would be tough. And for this series, I agree that they should go with two pacers like they did in the T20 World Cup in Australia last year. They even played just one pacer, Shikha Pandey, in a few of the games there. So they should stick to their strengths, which are the spinners, and go with two pacers maximum, who I feel would be Chulan and Pooja Vastakar as well.
Right. Yeah. Follow me. Any other option?
Yeah, I think the problem why we haven't got any partner of Julian is because our fast bowlers have changed a lot. Like they are chopped and changed a lot. Like they nobody gets a long run. So in the last 2 3 years, we have seen a lot of pacers coming and going out of they're coming in the team and then going out. So nobody really gets a long run. So if it's just that if 2 3 matches they don't perform well, not even 2 3, 1 or 2 matches they don't perform well, they get stopped. So it has been difficult for the pacers as well. I'll say to come back to form and then stick to that. Obviously, you will not be consistent all the time, but then they get dropped so fast. So that is the issue. So right now, I mean, I'm not sure what they're planning for, because we have seen in the warm up game that Shikha Pandey haven't played in that. So I'm not sure if she has a niggle or something, but yeah. So I think I also agree with Minal that there will be maximum two pacers playing, and if we have Pooja Vastrikant, then she will be the third option. So it will either be Shikha Pandey if she's fit, or else I think uh, I'm not sure if Renuka. Okay, she is in T20s, right? So yeah, I think it will mostly be Shikha Pandey if she doesn't, yeah, if she's fit.
Yeah.
I,
Talking about
I think Kavya, the Kavya, the main issue is that, like Poulami said, we expect every other pacer to be like Jhulan. I mean, in any team, there will be only one Jhulan Goswami coming out in many years. We will have only one Karen Rolton coming up. I mean, then Catherine Brunch. I mean, you can't expect another Jhulan Goswami. You have to make sure there is another Pooja Vastrikar, there is another Shikha Pandey. I mean, they should have their own identity, and putting a lot of pressure on the pacers who have very limited life is also not. We have to be mindful about all these factors also.
right, yeah. I hope the team keeps all those things in mind when the selectors when they select the final 11. So, okay, so talking about the new players that are added in the store, do you see them playing in the final 11? Any of them? Meghna Singh, Yastika Bhatia, Renuka Singh. How was their performance in the practice match?
Yeah, I think Yastika Bhatia played a pretty decent knock, uh, 41 and 42 balls. So uh, I would personally like to see her because we have been seeing her perform. We got some videos from the camp as well where she was playing fearlessly, and then in the warm up game when she got a chance, she performed. So we're guessing that maybe Harmanpreet Kaur hasn't still recovered from the injury. That's what it feels like. I mean, we again got no confirmation or anything, but looks like, because she was also not part of the warm up game. So yeah, I think if in her place we are looking for a replacement, I think Yastika Bhatia should get a chance in her place.
Right. Mrinal, Sudatta, you want to add anything on the new players?
Yeah, I feel
I think
as
yeah, go ahead, Meena.
Sorry, go ahead.
Meena, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, I think Mrinal, she wants you to go first.
Okay, yeah, I was saying that Yastika might even get a chance if Harmanpreet is fit, and if assuming that Jamima is in the for 11 for the first match, and some reason she doesn't get a big score in the first two games, so we have that sort of a situation in hand. Even then, Yastika might get a go.
Right. Okay, agreed. So there's one question on Twitter by Pooja, who actually there are many questions, but I'll just pick one. She asked, "What if India get both Tanya and Richa in the 11? Um, how will that work? Do you see that happening ever in any of the formats?"
I don't think so. I think I see Tania as the main wicket keeper. If she is not performing well, then you might see Risha coming in. But I don't see both of them playing.
Right. What are your views about the wicketkeeper column?
Yeah, I would like to see Tanya Bhatia in the playing 11 as of now. So because see, it's I mean, it's my personal opinion that wicket keepers has a they play a huge role in our team's success. So we might not realize it all the time, but the wickets that the bowlers take. I mean, if we are winning a match, there's a huge contribution from the keeper to set the stage, to make keep the batsman under pressure, and then all those crucial catches and stumpings are always there. But again, like how you are not leaking any runs behind the stumps, and how you are uh, keeping that batsman under pressure, all those things, these are really important. So I would always like to say specialist keeper behind the stumps, and at this point it's Tanya Bhatia. So yeah, I mean, obviously Richa Ghosh can become a specialist keeper in the coming future, and she's like really talented. She has huge potential. We can see at least with the bat, she can play that finisher role really well, which Tanya Bhatia wasn't able to do all this like in the last couple of series. Uh, yeah, we know that Richa Ghosh has potential, but I think that she needs a little bit more time to groom for that position. I know, I think she should play T20s a little regularly, because she has only kept in the last series against England in the T20 series, and before that, I think against South Africa she kept for one match, one or two matches. So she's just 5-6 matches she's keeping for India. So I think that she should at least play another 10-20 matches, and then become better, and then we can think about her in the ODI squad. But as of now, as of today, I feel that Tanya Bhatia should be in the playing 11.
Right. So talking about the test, it's a one of one day, I mean day night test match, and I think it's like the first one India is playing. I'm not sure if they've played one before. So, Mrinal, are you excited? Are you excited about Australia playing? And I feel like there are a lot of debutants when it comes to test match in the Australian team, right?
Yeah, I think test matches come every 2 years. Like that's what been the case for the past decade or so. So there would be a few debutants every time. This time also I'm expecting 4 or 5 debutants. So um, I think Georgia Warren is a sure shot. She's a given. She'll be making her debut, and one or two of the quicks as well. So it's pretty exciting because I didn't watch the last ping ball test, the ping ball women's test, the 2017 Ashes one. So pretty excited to finally get to see one.
Yeah, we all are. What about Shefali Verma's role in the test match? Sudatta, you want to talk about how her debut was so amazing, and what is her role going to be now in this one?
I I I hope she doesn't do the same thing that she did against Catherine Brunt. Obviously, there won't be any Megan shoot to bowl to her, but there will be a Perry, there will be Gardner, there will be Sano. So she has to be mindful about all those factors. And there will be youngsters in the Australian team also who will come, who will try to prove their like place also in the team. So she has to be she's young, and putting too much pressure on her is, or expecting too much from her is not uh, it's unjustified. But she's already a superstar, so she has to be like mindful that to become a somebody like Mithali Raj or something, she has to be in that. She needs to be calm and composed rather than like be that cheeky that she tried to be against Catherine Burns.
Yeah, follow me.
Yeah, Shafali Mama, I mean, she did a fantastic debut in Test, I think, the way she was smashing around. And I think, yeah, as Dutta said, I mean, in the latter parts of the time, it was from her that whenever Catherine Bond was coming towards, she was trying to hit it. It's true, but yeah, she kept her cool. I'll say, like at least behavior wise, she was quite calm and composed and matured. That's what we like. But yeah, in the field also, I mean, she has to sometimes respect the bowler as well. If it's someone like Catherine Brunt, you cannot just hit every ball there. So she has to keep her cool in that area. So yeah, I agree with that. But she will only uh, have more experience with time, and she will learn all this.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Um, let's do some predictions now to end our discussion. Um, let's start with the most important question, which every Indian fan wants to know: who's gonna win the toss?
I think it's going to be the most interesting battle to see because both Meg and Mitali are like they have worst lucks when it comes to toss. Both just keeps losing. I think Meg once brought Alyssa Healy in toss, right? I mean to in behalf of us. So I think that will be an interesting battle. But in the warm up game, Meg won. So I think I'm hoping in the first ODI Mitali wins.
Yeah. Mrinal, who are you
I
predicting?
feel I feel Meg is slightly luckier than Mithali when it comes
True
to
that.
toss. So yeah, hoping it goes her way.
Sudatta?
I don't care who wins the toss, but if you're an India supporter and if you want India to win, you would want India to chase rather than bat first because India plays well when they're chasing rather than when they're batting first. So I don't care who wins the toss at this point.
Right. But if you had to predict who will win, give a name.
I think Megan. I think the Indians have a very bad luck when it comes to toss, whether the men's team or the women's team. And
The
you never know,
according
Meg might bring Alisha for all the tosses.
Yeah, and Mitali doesn't have Priya Punia this time to bring. So
is Harmanpreet's record also as bad as Mitali's?
yeah, actually, yeah, I think they did a toss like before the third ODI against England. Everybody in the team took a turn at the toss, and the record was so bad. Only Priya Punia was the one who had a near 80% luck of winning, and then Jhulan Goswami is the second best. Was the second best, but everybody was like out of 10, they won only 2 or 3 times. So
Oh my
the
god.
entire team has such bad luck. Harman also loses all the toss, so it won't doesn't make any difference.
Okay, so let's say you predicted the toss. So who's going to bat first then, and who's going to win the match? Predict. I want your predictions for that.
It's too early. I mean, I always keep saying that it depends on that particular day, the weather, everything. Let's not forget that we are in the they will be playing in the southern hemisphere, where unlike your England, where the dew factors a lot, where the like weather is very chilly. It will be chilly because it will be a quite similar. Um, in temperature that they had faced in England were somewhere around 17, 18 because of the winter is over and almost over in Australia. But you will have the sun playing the role over there, which can be really bad. I mean, it can kill you. So it will all depend on that particular day. So, I mean, toss, if you ask about, probably Megan will have a better luck. And if India wins the toss, I see them chasing it most of the time. And about winning, I think Australia will go ahead in the ODIs 2-1, test maybe a draw. T20s again 2-1 to Australia.
You're going safe, Sudatta. Okay, Mrinal,
I
your
mean, somebody has to be rational and not go overboard with huge expectations. I mean, I know that I mean, Australia has played the pink test, but that was in 2017, and then Australia hasn't played any series for many months. Where India has played your South Africa at home, they have travelled to Australia. Sorry, England and have played. Now they are travelling to Australia. Australia has played only in Australia, unfortunately, and that too against New Zealand. So India has an upper hand, but this is Australia at home, and we know what happened in March 8th, 2020, how they are in front of their crowd.
yep, yeah, Mrinal will agree. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree with Sudatta as far as ODIs and Test are concerned. So ODIs 2-1 to Australia, and the Test would be a draw most likely. But I would say Australia should take the T20Is 3-0.
Ooh, Australian fan there.
I mean, T20 this India hasn't really been like they reached the World Cup final last time around, but since then the performances haven't been really up to the mark. So I'm
Right,
expecting Australia to get a whitewash there.
right. Okay. Follow me, you're next.
Yeah, ODI and Test. I think. Oh yeah, ODI is 2-1 to Australia, obviously. Test. Actually, I'm not sure that it will be a draw because it's a pink ball test, and the night I think the wickets will fall. So I'm really not sure because in the test I'll say that both are coming from like even if Australia has played a pink ball test before, as Sudatta said, it was 4 years ago, so it doesn't really count. So both the teams are quite in the similar situation when it comes to the test. So yeah, wickets will fall, and I can't say which team is going to win. So
There
it
won't be
will
a draw.
be it won't be a draw in. I think so. I don't think it would be a draw.
Right, and T20.
And T20, I'll say 2-1 to Australia. It won't be 3-0. It's definitely 2-1, but I'm optimistic that it will be 2-1 to India. But yeah, let's keep it rational and say 2-1 to Australia.
Okay, so I'm glad everyone's agreeing that India is going to break the streak and they're going to
Yeah,
win at least one ODI, right?
yeah. They're
I
going to
mean,
win
it
at least
has
one.
to. I mean, it's somewhere. India is a very weird team. They have this. They
Yeah,
start something and they're the ones only to end it. And I think what Poulami said about the test match is India can frustrate. You saw how they frustrated the English team, where Heather Knight at the boundary went and looked at the Indian dressing team as like, are you guys going to still play this? Because
yeah,
it
yeah,
was,
yeah.
so
Frustrating.
you may expect something like that to happen. So that might work for India where they will frustrate Australia out. So let's see.
India
Yep.
are kind of party spoilers. You know, they will beat the most favorite team in the World Cup semi-final suddenly, and then they will beat. I mean, you cannot predict what they will do.
Yeah, that's true. All the
Yeah,
predictions might just go wrong here.
yeah, yeah.
Let's hope for that. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot for joining. Thanks for this discussion. It was so great to hear your insight and hoping for a great match tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you
you,
so much.
Kavya.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye, guys.